Teekah is an instructor, speaker, Zoom producer, virtual facilitator, virtual events coordinator, virtual experience designer, virtual event strategies. And she does a lot more than that, trust me. And she's very good at all of it. So I brought them here today because they both host weekly shows live and they engage with an audience. So our topic here today is how to engage with an audience. So who wants to go first?
So I'll go first because I have a limited time. So if you don't mind.
All right. So Sabrina, tell us how you engage with your audience.
So first of all, thank you, Erica. Thank you, OneStream, for doing this. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. And so starting off with Valentine's, I love my audience. I love my clients. I love my prospects. And as a result, it's really important to me to engage with them as much as possible. So that being said, on my Teekah Talks on Friday afternoons, we um, we do it more as a Zoom meeting where we can actually engage with them face to face, so to speak. There are certain things that we will stream because if it's something that we want to be evergreen or something like that, or there are instances like these where we would actually engage in terms of, trying to get some responses from whoever's on the stream.
Okay, good to know. So how about you, Patrick? How do you engage your audience?
Yeah, as you know, Erica, we do the weekly show, and I'll go back in terms of Sabrina. Thank you for having us on. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there. Thank you, OneStream, for this opportunity. So we do the weekly show called the 30, and it's very important for us to get involved and engage our audience, our guests, and our sponsors, because without them, the show will not happen. So basically, I ask specific questions. If I'm interviewing someone, I tend to say less and have the guest say more. But I also reach out even before the stream starts and put in the chat specific questions. For instance, where are you watching from? Right? Any questions or comments? So I say that in a setup up front. If there are any questions or comments, make sure that you put it in the chat. So that's one way of engagement. When I'm teaching a class, as you know, I'm a trainer, master trainer. So it's all about making sure that I am engaging. If I'm teaching virtually, engagement starts from the beginning. Studies have shown the quicker you engage someone up front, it takes it that it makes it easier. Now the person or persons stay longer on the stream the more you engage them. So whether it's virtual training or whether it's live broadcasting, engagement becomes critical.
I've attended both of your shows, and what I like about being in attendance in your shows is that you're fun. You answer questions. You guys have a good time, and you make sure that everyone feels heard. I mean, I always feel heard when I'm a part of your shows. Um, Being live in Sabrina's audience and being called on, being put front and center, it feels good. It's a nice feeling. And with Patrick, when he puts your comment on the screen and announces your name to everyone, it's a really good feeling. I really do enjoy that about you guys. So I told you earlier, I went to the internet and I Googled this question: how do you engage your audience? And I want to ask you guys, how do you feel about, let's say, the headlines, and see if you can expand on it? Okay.
Okay.
So Sabrina, how do you feel about welcoming your viewers? I think I told you earlier that when I do YouTube, I was told that I'm not supposed to do a welcome or introduce myself. How do you feel about that?
So um, I do like to welcome everybody. And sometimes if I have a guest speaker, before the speaker starts, I will welcome each person by name. If it's after the speaker, I will try to put it in the chat. Now, sometimes I forget because I'm engaged with, I'm so involved in what's happening. So I think that's really important, and to welcome you by name, because one's own name is the sweetest thing that you can hear. So it's very important to welcome people by name so that they feel seen and heard. And introducing myself, I don't spend a lot of time introducing myself. I try to put the focus on the people that's attending and the speaker. If I'm the speaker, I think sometimes I should maybe introduce myself a little bit more, but in the people that attend, they kind of know who I am. So I can do a better job at that, but I don't spend a lot of time on it.
All right, good to know. So, how about you, Patrick? How do you feel about welcoming your viewers and introducing yourself?
Yeah, I'm a little bit different. I tend to, because my goal is always to have new audiences, right? To have someone new join. So and I've been streaming now going on 2 years. So my hope is always to expand. So the one new person that's viewing may not know who I am. So I'm coming from a sales background. I always have to position myself and position the show. So I let them know, here, it's the 30. This is your host, Patrick Jackman, and also position what the show is about, so that they know if it's the new person, they know, hey, this is a 30, this is the host, and I know now what it's all about. But I also let them know, as I said, they are welcome at any time to comment before, during, or after. So yes, I don't fully agree that you shouldn't. I'm on the lines that you should, because that one new viewer or new viewers may not know who you are.
I understand that. As a graphic designer, when I see that purple and the little, they're like flowers, I think of Sabrina Teekah. And I know that she's going to have a show coming up when I see that post. And when I see your blue background with the little bit of red, I know that's you. But for myself, I don't announce it. I usually have Talk Virtual in the background, and I assume that people know that my show is Talk Virtual. But many times people tell me my show is Virtual Talk,
Mm.
and they have no idea what my name is. And I don't say my name because I mostly stream through Zoom, and it says Ericka Bates, Virtual Summit Strategist, and I assumed. But you know what? You're not supposed to assume.
I
That's right.
think I think
That's
I'll
right.
take a page out of Patrick's book for sure. I kind of just get excited to see everyone and forget to do that. So I definitely have to take a page out of Patrick's tips here.
Yeah, I'm always
Yeah.
looking down the road, because why are we live streaming, right? We're live streaming to provide information and knowledge and give people basically hope, give them something that they may not know. So, and our goal is to expand our audience. We don't want to have the same audience every week for a year or 2 years. The goal is to expand, and the goal, and it comes from a marketing standpoint. If they know who you are and you know who they are, as Sabrina said, it makes that person feel more comfortable. So if you can call them by name, and I also thank them. I thank my audience for being here with me every week, and I welcome the new audience, because they don't have to. People are busy. There are many streams across the internet. People have lives. So if they take an hour of their time, or 30 minutes or 45 minutes of their time to be on the show, listening or viewing, I want to be appreciative and thankful, and thanking them for being there every week, every year, but also welcome the new viewers and thank them for taking the time and giving me the opportunity to come into their lives.
Really good. Positioning The Battle for Your Mind by Al Rice and Jack Trout is one of my favorite books. And it's like all of that reading, learning went out the window, but it all came back when you spoke about what I should be doing by live streaming, Patrick. So thanks. Okay, so our next question is you're supposed to provide value, share insider information, be fun, concise, and important. How do you guys feel about that? Because I know you definitely are both fun. You're both definitely share insider information, I feel. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I just learned this. I gotta go apply it. So Sabrina, how do you feel about that?
So I think that's really important because the goal of Teekah Talks is really to educate, form community, and support each other. So I do feel that it's very important to have a segment where you're sharing knowledge that's helpful to the audience attending. So we focus more on business and growing your business, but a part of the show, the meetup, the networking is really to find out how people are doing in their personal lives. So I try to mix life. Your life consists of your whole being. So it's not just your business, it's how are you doing? Because sometimes some people are having a bad day and you just want to talk about it. So I try to accommodate both because that's very important to me.
Okay. I do feel like a sense of community when I do hang out with you on Teekah Talks. That's very important and it does make people feel good. Oh, how about you, Patrick? How do you feel about providing value, giving insider information, being fun, concise, and important?
Well, first and foremost, I am also a big fan of Teekah Talks. Sabrina is a wealth of knowledge, both on Teekah Talks and outside of Teekah Talks. So she's a marketing genius. So I'm always learning something from her. And I can't get enough of her knowledge. I'm like a sponge. Give me more, give me more, give me more. So it's fantastic both on Teekah Talks, and I know she once had Titans at the table. Think about that, right? Teekah Talks, Titans at the table, genius.
Yep,
so,
that's true. Mm.
so I'm a huge fan of Sabrina and her work, and not only a fan, a friend, and a business partner as well. So yeah, but our thing is the same way. We our goal is really to educate those and provide knowledge. When you watch the 30, our focus is on leaders, entrepreneurs, small business owners, and those that are doing positive things in the community, whether it is personal or professional development. So that's what we focus on. Our guests comes from all over the world, and from different categories or markets. So our focus is really to give back and help others, whether it's as a small business person or whether it's a leader or someone who aspire to leadership or to greatness. So that's our primary focus. But we also have fun, because fun, I've learned a long time ago. I've been in virtual now for 2 years in terms of broadcasting, but I've been in training and development for over 26 years. And I've learned that people learn best when they're having fun. So everything that we do, whether it's online broadcasting or whether it's training, we're going to have some degree of fun.
Yeah. So Sabrina, as you know, me and Patrick are really big fans of yours. Would you tell everybody what Teekah Talk is so they can be big fans of yours too?
So Teekah Talks started in June of 2020. So we've been doing a Teekah Talk almost every Friday since 2020. And it's a global community because now we're virtual, this is it's awesome to have a global community. We have people calling in from England, from different parts. It's 5 o'clock every Friday, so it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I think sometimes it's not a good time, but that's kind of how it started, and I try to change the time. But anyway, we're now on, we talk about, like I said, business issues. As a small business, what are some of the things that you struggle with? So I try to find speakers that can speak to something specific. So, for example, Patrick will speak this week on why it's important to actually engage when you're doing a training session. What are some of those tips that you can use? Because he's a master trainer, I will be asking him some questions. That way, as a business owner, we're all teaching something. So we can take those tips and incorporate it into our own teaching. So it's always, something beneficial in terms of a learning segment. And then there's a hey, how are you doing? Are we celebrating anything? Did somebody wrote a new book? Well, let's celebrate and let's help them get that book out into the world. They have a new course going on. Let's help them, because for me, I'm building an online village. It takes a village in today's world to rise above the noise. And I'm extremely committed to growing this village and to helping each other, like really helping, not just saying I'm going to help, like being committed to helping each other. Because if you're not committed to helping each other, then it's going to take you a long time to grow and expand and share your impact with the world, because everybody has something of value. I don't care where you're at. I don't care what type of business you have. There is something to learn from every single person. And every single person, somebody's waiting to hear your message. Somebody in the world is waiting to hear your message, because one little thing can have such a big impact in someone's life. So let's expand that. Let's have this ripple effect. Don't keep yourself to yourself. Don't keep your friends' value and their impact to yourself. Share it. So that's what Teekah Talks is all about, is really committed to growing this online village and helping each other grow in all ways that we can, and leaving the world a better place.
I really like when you said, don't keep yourself to yourself. It's like, that was brilliant. And it would make a good t-shirt.
There you go.
Well, I know you have like an opt-in or a free gift you want to share with everyone. Could you let everyone know what that is? I know you got like a minute left, but if you could tell people what that is, that would be great.
It's I'll drop it in the chat, but I'm not sure how.
I have it in the
drop
chat.
it in the stream
Okay.
at some time. It's an opt-in for a wait list, because I will be doing a master class on what is the engagement framework. There is a framework that you should be thinking about, because I want to know what is the entering behavior and expectation, and what is the outgoing behavior and expectation, and how do you build that journey in everything you do. Everything has a customer journey, a friend journey, a map. So how do you think about those things and really be intentional about how you design that experience? So that's the opt-in for the waitlist for the masterclass that I will share that. So thank you, Ericka.
Okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate you sharing your time, your knowledge, and energy with us. I'm looking forward to the masterclass. Thank you.
And thank you for having me. I'm sorry I have to run. I have to produce another show at the moment. So thank you guys for having me, and have a great rest of the stream. Thank you, live stream. One stream, sorry. And thank you, Ericka. Thank you, Patrick. We'll
Thanks,
chat
Sabrina.
later. Bye.
Bye. Now, OneStream Live, it gave me the ability to stream to 12 platforms. I'm only streaming to 12 platforms right now. They actually give the ability to stream to 40 plus platforms at one time. I just need to go through them and sign up. But
Wow.
if you're just
40.
now,
That's a
I
lot.
love that about OneStream too. If you ever want to be omnipresent, OneStream Live is the place to be. But right now they're offering 25% off up to 6 months, and it's definitely a good time to get in on that. But Patrick, I asked you here because you are a master trainer. I like that about you. So one of the questions I have for you is, how do you participate in streaming conversations? What's the best way you found to do that?
Well, the first thing is really to have relevant topics. For instance, for this month, what we're doing on the 30 is celebration of Black History Month, right? So that's a relevant topic. We look at things and see, okay, what can we discuss? This is Valentine's Day, so that's a relevant topic. I think it was last October was breast cancer month. So we brought guests in about that. So we look at the basically look at the calendar and see what can we put based on the important things that's going on around us. Keep in mind now the 30 is about leadership, it's about small business, entrepreneurship, and it's about personal and professional development. So we bring in guests that have a story. So this month our focus is on about the journey. Tell us about your journey. And I kicked it off by talking about journey versus destination. Most people focus on a destination, but they forget about the journey. And the journey is very important because the journey brings about your testimony, right? And people want to hear about your testimony, want to hear about your story. So yeah, we might have arrived at a destination, but the most important part of that is the journey, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So that's what we try to do with the 30 is bring in guests that has a story, and can give our viewers hope and ideas and thoughts and strategies as to how can they accomplish their own goals.
So you make like a promotional calendar for your streaming schedule, and you go by that. That's a really
Yes.
good idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
Uh, yeah.
Sounds like a good strategy for using SEO with live streaming, maybe even some backlinks with your live streaming. It's a
Yeah.
really good idea.
Yeah. But you're the guru that I go to for automation, right? So I have, hey, listen, again, I'm an educator from a learning and development standpoint. As I told you, I've been in this game now for 26 years. So I've learned some things along the way. I'm also, in terms of leaders, I teach a lot of leaders. And one of the things that I teach them is this. You don't have to be, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to get out of that room, right? You want to make sure that you have, here's a smart thing to do. And here's a tip for leaders out there. You want to surround yourself with people that know more than you. So I do that. I surround myself with people like you who know much more than me when it comes to automation and live streaming. I surround myself with Sabrina, who knows much more than me when it comes to marketing and this online space and events and so on. So yeah, I may be hard working, but I'm not dumb. I'm looking for the best of the best that I can surround myself with, because you know the stuff I don't, right? So yeah.
Well, you give me ideas by having a promotional calendar. I do not have a promotional calendar. When I spoke with one stream, they said, "Hey, we're doing a Valentine's Day special. You want to help?" I'm like, "Yeah." And that's as far as my thought process went. And when you're talking about having a promotional calendar, I'm thinking I could do other stuff with this because I chop up my streams into 1 to 2 minute clips, and I use them in blog posts. So that's why I thought about SEO and backlinks.
Yeah,
But that's a good idea. I mean, imagine the traction I could get if I go with a promotional calendar. So yeah,
absolutely.
I'm glad
Absolutely.
you said that. So yes, you are smart, and I'm glad I know you because they say we're the average of the 5 people we're around the most. So
That's my one
yay.
tip of the month for you.
Hey, one tip of the month, that would make a really good posting strategy, even in your groups or just out on social. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So our next question is use of hashtags to expand the conversation after your stream has ended. Now, I've used hashtags to promote streams and
Mhm.
the announcements. So, like One Stream Live lets me have an announcement, and then I can post it a week ahead of time. But I usually post it like an hour ahead of time because I'm thinking a week will people might forget. But have you ever used hashtags to keep your conversation going?
Yeah, I've learned from, and I had a guest on for our lunch and learn, and we did that last year too. But our lunch and learn, and the guest was talking about hashtags, and I said, "Wow!" And I never used to use it. And she says, "You use it even if someone else is using it. Always use a hashtag in your post." And I started doing that. So I've always used in my hashtag and on my post the Jackman Group LLC hashtag the Jackman Group LLC because that's our company, right? But I started using other things like hashtag training and development, hashtag learning and development, hashtag training, because those are the things that are closest to our company. Hashtag the 30 online, right? So those are the things that, and sometimes you will see, if you look at a hashtag count, it may be a million people, but you also have to be careful too in terms of using certain hashtags because it may be affiliated with something that you don't want to be affiliated with your brand. So you also have to be cognizant of the hashtags that you are using. So now what we do, like we're doing an event on February 24th, the Art of Training, where I'm teaching and I'm giving advice and recommendations on specific things for trainers, facilitators, instructors, coaches, right? So it's a 1 day event where we're going to focus and help them to up their game, upskill and reskill. So I'm using hashtag training, hashtag Jackman Group LLC, hashtag learning and development because that's associated with the event.
All right. Yeah, I've heard in LinkedIn, you can have as many as you want, but they only pay attention to six, and
Wow.
Facebook doesn't care.
Okay.
Have you have you found any of that to be true?
I never knew that about LinkedIn.
No.
Wow, just six. I did not see. I'm learning once again. But I use hashtags whether it's in LinkedIn, whether it's in Facebook, whether it's in Instagram, wherever possible. I'm using hashtags.
Okay, well, that's
And that's
good.
before and then after the stream is finished, I may go back and add some additional hashtags too.
Okay, it makes sense. I think I need to work on a hashtag strategy. So if you have any tips on that, let me know. But my next question is live chat and commenting. Um, Sometimes it's difficult for me hosting an event. I would need another person to watch the live chat. But while you're just live streaming, how do you do it? Because I think you're really good at it.
Yeah, when I'm live streaming, it's basically me under 30. I don't have a producer. I'm the host and producer. But I'm also inviting every time I start in the beginning in the opening. Not only am I saying in terms of the show and what the show is about, so I'm doing the positioning, but I'm inviting others to comment, and then I'll also put up on the screen on the screen, like and share, right? Or if you have a comment, just put it in the comment box because I want to have people involved as possible. Now, you may only get one comment, two comments, but that's okay. The thing is that you invite them and be consistent with it. If you do it over and over and over again, each show, people will say, okay, well, let me comment here. And again, it comes back to the guests. So if you have an exciting guest, someone that has a large community, they may bring their community with them and they may comment, and that's how it goes, right? But you always want to invite others to comment and be consistent with the invitation. Now,
What's
when
I didn't mean to
When,
interrupt you. Go ahead.
no, when I'm training now, again, if I'm doing virtual training, that's one of the first things that I do, and that's for engagement. I may ask them, hey, tell me where you are located. Put it in a chat. Or put in the chat what you hope to accomplish from this training. So I'm utilizing the chat for engagement. Because as I said earlier, the quicker you get to engage in the beginning, studies have shown the longer the person or persons stay engaged throughout.
So you just tell people what to do and you tell them to answer within the chat, and that's how it is going.
And that's how it goes, right? Because, and I may invite some competition. People love competition. So that's another part of engagement. So I may add some competition. Hey, first person to comment on this, or I may give them a trivia. First person to answer this, put it in a chat. I'll give you such and such and such, or I'll add some points to it. And points may add up to something, and this is training. Points may add up to a prize. So I'm always adding a different dimension for engagement and utilizing the chat, because that's one of the ways of engaging people, especially if you are online streaming or if you're online doing a virtual training.
I like that. That's a good idea. People do love competition. People do love quizzes or trivia. So how about this? If you guys are watching right now live, how many platforms did I mention earlier that OneStream let you live stream to or pre-record to? If you know the answer, put it in the chat. If you know the exact answer, 100 bonus points.
There you
Why
go.
not?
There you go.
Oh, and I'll let you know if, who answers that questions, because that would be a great idea. And I think I should do that more often, have something about trivia. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's one of the things that I'll be talking about at our training, the Art of Training live event, is how do you engage your training classes, right, for impact. And I'm going to give you some strategy. So I just give you a freebie. I give your audience a freebie, right? So
Thank you.
right. But we'll be talking about that, because there's some specific things that you have to do, or you can do. You don't have to do it, right? But you can do it, because there's a difference between a Zoom meeting and a training, a virtual training.
Yes, there is.
All right. And some people are just zoomed out. So you want to make sure that whatever you're doing is interactive and engaging. If you're doing a live stream, like on OneStream, you want to make sure that your stream is always engaging and inviting, so that people will come back. And that's a way of building a community. I always invite in my layout. I always give the link to joining our community.
And it's nice that you have a community.
Yeah, so I try to build a community, the Jackman group community. So I always put that as part of the comments. Join our community. So wherever I'm streaming to, whichever destination, I put that in there and it goes out, because I want to make sure that, as Sabrina said, it's about building a village. It's about building a community, one step at a time, one person at a time.
Yeah, I do believe that live streaming helps you build a community, and you two are definitely proof of that, because love being on your shows and hang out with you in your trainings is really great. Earlier this week we talked, and I was telling you that I didn't believe there was a such thing as Zoom fatigue. I think that those meetings are just boring. And when you said that's because they're trying to make a meeting into something else, or calling a meeting something else. I was like, that is so true.
Yeah, and it comes down to it, because we all, when we were more in a shutdown mode, right? We all gravitated to the computer, to the internet, and we all had our meetings. And some people were more gifted and talented in terms of running a meeting, And then we had trainings, and some people took that meeting as a training. And so, but there's a difference. There's a difference between having a meeting and running a virtual training, right? So you have to be skilled to take whatever platform and turn that meeting into a training, if it is actually a training. If it's a meeting, keep it as a meeting. But if it's a training, you want to make sure that it's a training and give them the experience as if they were in person. And that takes skill.
Very true. So there is definitely a difference. If it's a meeting, please keep it short, keep it to the point. If it's a training, give value. I mean, when I attended your master class, Art of the Training, and it was only for an hour. I say only for an hour because I didn't want it to end. I was having a good time. I was learning new stuff that I feel like I can implement today. And there's going to be more coming up on the 24th of February. So I'm excited.
Cool.
In that training, you were talking about learning your audience and or who's attending your class. And I'm thinking that could be used for me to learn my audience. I can have a right fit audience by using this information. So, yay. I like that you're very generous with your information, Patrick. I appreciate that.
Well, I got it right from others, but I also learned it. Again, I only have 2 years of live stream, but I've learned a lot in those 2 years. And I have 26 years in the learning and development industry. And I've learned a lot over those 26 years. So I try to incorporate what I've learned in the learning and development into my live streaming. Because it's all about the viewer. It's all about the listener, right? So you want to make sure that, so I know specifically there are about 5 to 10 constant viewers. Every week I can tell that they are there under 30. They're always there every week. And based on their comments, I know what they're looking for. So, and I always ask for feedback. Hey, if you want to send me an email. Let me know what your thoughts are, what you like to see. And some people may comment and send me an email, and some may not. But I'm also learning what the viewers' needs are. And I look at the analytics. And there's some shows that's off the chart. And then there are other shows that don't move the needle. So I'm learning from an analytics standpoint. If I see a pattern where the shows are off the chart, I now have to recalibrate and says, okay, I need to do more of these shows because this is what the viewers are looking for.
It's definitely a good idea. I wish that I could learn how to navigate my analytics. I hosted or I helped host, actually produced a show last Friday. And I'm looking at my analytics and I see this big pie chart. And most of the pie chart says Facebook. And I'm like, I wish it gave me a specific number instead of a percentage. And I wish I knew who these people were. And I kind of think that's illegal, but I still want to know because I am that nosy. But yeah, reading your analytics, I do think that is a great skill to have.
Yeah. Like I know most of my viewers, my right fit viewers, are on LinkedIn. Right. I see the spike in there. I also stream to 2 places on Facebook, my own personal page and a Jackman group business page. And depending on the topic, I dig in and I see that some may come more from the business page. So I look at that. I see that my take rate is not as big on YouTube, not yet. So my focus should be where? On LinkedIn and on Facebook, because that's where most of my clients are or my viewers are. But I also have to look at it from a viewer equals clients, because it's not just the 30. I'm representing the 30, but I'm also representing the Jackman group. So I know from the Jackman group standpoint, most of my clients are LinkedIn professionals. So you really have to look and see where most of your viewers are coming from and trend there. So you may have destinations, 40 destinations on one stream, but where are your clients coming most from, right? So you look at that and it's okay, I'm going to be heavy in this area. Because if I'm getting one person from one destination, am I going to focus there? Although I'm thankful, but I'm going to focus primarily on where I'm getting the largest bump from.
I understand that. I'm a big fan of Doc Williams. He streams on Wednesdays mornings, and he streams to about 40 plus platforms. And I would say people are missing out if they're not on YouTube. The conversation is here on YouTube. I'm like, you can't get all this good stuff on Twitter or Twitch. And he would put my post up on the screen. He would call us out, and then more people would come over to YouTube. And I'm like, yes, this is where it's at.
Right.
I have no idea where most of his audience is, but I fanatically tell people they need to be on YouTube. And my YouTube presence isn't that big yet. Like you said,
Exactly. I have 108 subscribers on my YouTube, and I struggle to get it to 100. For about a year I was struggling to get it to 100, and when I saw 108, I was like, yes, milestone, right? So, but I know most of my clients, most of my viewers are either on LinkedIn or Facebook, but all of the previous shows are on YouTube. So this is a long-term process. It's not a one-night piece, right? It's not a 2-week. It's not a 3-month. It's a process, like anything else. It's a process. So that's why I tell folks it's a process. And 2 years in for me, I'm loving it. I'm enjoying the journey, and I love to talk to people and get them going. So yeah, I'm excited.
Me too. My focus this year is on YouTube because I like it because it's the second biggest search engine. And, since they're basically Google will also pick it up. And what I've heard from gurus of YouTube is that you do your research first for search engine optimization. You find your keywords, and that's what you do your streams on. So that's what I'm trying to do now. Even though my weekly show is interviews, I can do other things where I have done research on keywords or search engine optimization, and I can put that out there for viewers. That way, I think I can get more traction. But I am not yet at 100, but hopefully soon, and then I'll be like, yay.
Yeah,
So,
I look at some people, they have thousands of subscribers. Like, how do they get to thousands? How do they get to 500? Right?
yeah. One day, I will definitely get there. You too, over 1,000.
Again, it's a process.
Yeah.
So.
Go ahead, Patrick.
No, I was going to say, in terms of, I think you mentioned our event on the 24th, and I want to invite folks to be there, and we'll focus. This is if you are a trainer, a facilitator, instructor, a coach, an influencer, you really want to be there, because I'm going to be giving all I have on training and developing. We'll talk about 4 things every successful trainer and facilitator must know. I'm going to talk about the learner styles and learner types. I'll also talk about how can you gain other opportunities from your training, right? So I'll talk about that. We'll talk about the tech part of training, virtual training, both in training, both virtual and in person. So we'll talk about the newest tech, right? So whether you've been in the business, in the industry for a long time or new, or you aspire to be, we want to make sure that giving back, because I said this year is a year of collaboration. This is the year of giving back. So I'm doing that, and I invite others to sign up and join me there on the 24th.
I appreciate that. I do recommend the training. Like I said, I had a really good time with the master class, and I definitely learned a lot stuff that I can apply. But I know that you're going to take a deeper dive into the information, so I am looking forward to that. Before we go, I'm going to share my screen to people know about the 25% off for the next 6 months. For OneStream Live, if you're just now getting started with streaming, if you're been streaming for a while, but you need someone with good customer service. One thing I like about OneStream Live, they always answer my my texts, my any information that I need to have answered. They're there with me, and what you have to do to get this 25% off is how to participate. Tag a friend on your Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter accounts. Use OneStream Live or hashtag OneStream Live. I like that they're using hashtags. And your coupon will reach your inbox. That's it. So definitely take advantage of that 25% off, because it comes in handy sometimes.
Yeah, that's a nice Valentine gift.
Yes.
Yeah. And I know you're a huge fan. You are a proponent of OneStream. Whenever we talk, you're always talking about OneStream. So kudos to OneStream for seeing the value in you. And I know that you will bring them good customers, right? And you will always have a fantastic show. So kudos to them for recognizing your gifts and your talents and giving you the opportunity.
Yeah. Thanks, Patrick. Talking about customer service, I will refuse to buy any Mac products because they won't answer my calls. Maybe it's just a South Carolina thing, but every time I had a problem, I bought two. After the warranty had ended, they wouldn't talk to me anymore. But
Wow.
every time I had a question about live streaming or using OneStream Live's platform, they answered right away, and they jumped on Zoom with me to help me. So it's not a struggle.
Awesome. So,
Well, all right, Patrick, I'm gonna let you go, but February 24th, I'm looking forward to this next event of yours.
thank you. And I put the link in for you. So if people want to sign up, I invite you because we're gonna take this thing to the next level. Let's go ahead and upskill your skills, right? So those that are in the learning and development field, the training and development field, or if you aspire, or if you just want to learn more, because we are all about learning. And if you just simply want to learn more, how do you engage an audience for impact, learner styles and learner types, right? If you want to learn how do you turn your training into other opportunities, and I'll be giving a special surprise. So we'll also talk about the tech of learning, and Sabrina is going to be there helping us out. You'll be there, and I'm looking forward to having a great audience, because this is a fantastic opportunity. 26 years, and I'm going to leave it all on the pitch. I'm a soccer player, soccer coach, so I'm going to leave it all on the pitch. So make sure that you're there. So thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate you being here. Happy Valentine's Day to you and your wife. I hope you guys have a great day. And guess I'll see you at the next event, February 24th.
All right.
Thanks,
Happy Valentine's Day to you and your husband. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Thank you.